Well, hello, YouTubians. Welcome back to the Barbecue Trucker. I know I've been gone for a little while. It's been a couple of weeks since I made a video, but here we are. We're going to make a video, and today's video is going to be a very positive video. And it's, like I say, for the people who are interested in getting a trucking career and going in a trucking career, or for those experienced who might just want to know something about other companies. This one today is going to be about Maverick Transportation. So sit back and enjoy. It should be interesting. Well, hello, YouTubians, and welcome back to the Barbecue Trucker. I apologize, it's been such a long time since my last video. I did, however, say in earlier videos that try to do one once a week. I didn't do that, but actually, I have no excuse. I'm going to hold my head down. I've actually been binge watching Sons of Anarchy for my third time through it. Into season 6 now. But anyway, yes, I like that show. Okay. Yes, I know it's Hollywooded. Yes, I know. And, and I know this is totally off topic, but it's fun to talk about. I actually had one person a while back when they had that Waco incident saying that it was all Kurt Sutter's fault, the one who wrote and produced and was behind Sons of Anarchy. And I just want to say that's one of the most less intelligent statements I've ever heard. I didn't really want to call it stupid, but it is because biker clubs and all was around long before Kurt Sutter did Sons of Anarchy. But anyway, totally off topic. Today we're going to do a video about Maverick Transportation. Uh, so far, of all the companies that I have talked with and whatnot, by far the best. By far, bar none. And no, not bar none trucking. I haven't talked to them yet. But anyway, let me give a quick update on Stevens. If y'all remember from, I think, my last video, I had tried calling Stevens Transportation and on hold with 3 different people and got tired of waiting on hold. Well, so I posted that on the video, and the next morning I had a instant message on Facebook Messenger from Stevens Transport apologizing, which is cool, and saying they'd have a recruiter call me that day, which never happened. But I guess I don't think I ever gave them my phone number, so it'd be kind of hard for them to call me. I'll probably call Stevens back and try, and that'll be for another video. Uh, Also, I've had people ask me about my hair. Gone. Uh, I've always liked long hair and wanted to wear long hair. My son can grow the beautifulest long hair, but I can't. It's too thin and too stringy, and after enough people bitched and griped, including my twin sister more than anybody, I just showed them. Of course, now, well, golly, just can't make everybody happy. But I am going to grow it back out. Going to have to for the hair follicle test because I'd rather them take it off my head than anywhere else. Uh, but anyway, that's another thing that I'm going to hit on in just about every video. You're going to get sick of hearing me say it. If you're going to go into a trucking career, get off the drugs completely. Because, I mean, come on. Yeah, people know how to beat the urine test. If you have time, it's kind of hard to beat the mouth swab test, but it only goes back a few days. Hair follicle test, there's shampoos and stuff you can get from what I hear. But I'm going to tell y'all the number one way to pass a drug test is to don't do drugs. And if you're going to do trucking, don't do drugs. I hear someone bragging about being stoned last week and they're driving a truck. It's going to make me want to have them meet Mr. Fist, even though I'm not that kind of person, so I wouldn't do it. I would fight that off. But I'm telling you right now, you're talking about people's lives. And you want to risk someone's life just so you can get high? And you may got high last weekend. You're middle of the week out driving. You're not under the influence whatsoever. You have a wreck, not your fault. Someone pulls out in front of you, whatever. Someone dies. Horrible situation. You test positive for marijuana, you're fixed to have a new address at the local prison. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. Don't do drugs. And one more thing that I got to get on before we get on the Maverick here. I know I'm talking a little too much, but anyway, uh, do not make any videos. I love watching other people's YouTube videos, but it drives me crazy when I see a video of someone that's doing the video while they're driving. Y'all, that is distracted driving just as much as texting and talking on the phone, which I think is a bunch of crap. I wish the fines were $10,000 and you had to pay it immediately or go to jail, because you're putting other people's lives at risk by being distracted. You need to focus on your safety bubble, everything around your truck, and constantly focus on your safety. And if you're making a video, you're not focusing on the safety of driving that vehicle. So y'all who's making these videos and all that, you may not take my opinion for anything, but I'm going to tell you right now, distracted driving is just as bad as drunk driving or drug driving or whatever. Okay, now that we got off the preaching thing, another thing some people ask me, do I always wear my glasses? Well, no, I don't always wear my glasses. In the videos, I do, for several reasons. One, because look at me. I look like I'm stoned, and I've got my eyes wide open, and I'm not stoned. But anyway, another thing, I only need the glasses to, read, walk, drive, see. That's all I need them for. So anyway, here we go. Maverick Transportation. Like I said, one of the best. One of the best. Now, I talked to a recruiter a little while ago named Ryan at Maverick. My main question that I had was about their refrigerated division because it didn't say anything in their website. Their website is the most informational website of any trucking company I've ever seen. Used to, you could always go to these trucking companies' websites and see the pay and all that. Now it's contact a recruiter, contact a recruiter. Well, if I wanted to contact a recruiter, I had to contact a recruiter. And, I was going to them to the website to find the information. Maverick's website was very informational. By the way, it is www.maverickusa.com. And their recruiting number is 1-800-289-1100. Ask for Ryan. I guess. I talked to him, and he was extremely nice, extremely professional, and gave me all the kind of information I need. As a matter of fact, I have a email waiting for me with a link to fill out the online application because I have put Maverick so far as my number one. Like I say, I'm not going back to work over the road due to prior commitments and all that until about December or so. And that's another thing. If you're going to go over the road driving, you've never done it before, get all your ducks in a row before you go. Save up some money. Take it with you because you're going to need money. If you're going to their truck driving school, I'll explain that in a minute. They really help out with that. But take your vehicle if you can. That way you can, you're not limited to Uber if you want to go somewhere or, in the evening or go to Walmart or whatnot. Anyway, so another thing, prepare yourself, prepare your family. You're going to be gone with pretty much any trucking company you go to. You're going to be gone for, I'd say, anywhere from a minimum of 4 weeks. If you're going to their truck driving school, that's just a truck driving school. Then you got orientation and training. You're going to be gone 6 weeks. Prepare your family, get all your ducks in a row, get all your bills taken care of that you can. And, because you don't want to have to get 3/4 of the way through your training and then have to leave to go home for something that you could have taken care of before. And that's just going to set you back or may even cost you your job at the time. Because, these companies one thing about it, these companies, you go to orientation, whatever you got to do, make sure you're not late. Make sure you don't miss something, or whatever, because that's going to give them an indication that, well, hey, he may be late on loads. He may not be available here and there or whatnot. Anyway, just maintain professionalism and get everything taken care of. Prepare your family. Hardest thing I ever had that I did when I was driving before was missing my kids and my family. That's not going to be a problem for me anymore. My kids are grown. Wife's gone, so I can get out and run, and that's what I'm going to do. Now, I've already made over 8 minutes of video and hadn't even talked about Maverick yet. Let's do that. Maverick out of North Little Rock, Arkansas. If you don't have your CDL and you need CDL training, they do have a CDL school, an awesome one. You're in a CDL school, your tuition, your housing is paid for. Breakfast and lunch is included, and they give you a prepaid card, like a debit card, to help you with lunch and all. Like I say, bring some money because you're going to need it, for the personal stuff and whatnot. But most of these other places, they feed you breakfast and lunch, and you on your own for dinner. And at least they give you a prepaid card that you can use to get your dinner and whatnot. Okay, your truck driving school and all is going to last about 4 weeks. And if you already have experience or you already have truck driving school and you go in, then you're going to start with a 1 week orientation, followed by 2 weeks of orientation and training, which that's going to teach you. These are flatbeds now. If you don't want to mess with 100-pound tarps, then I'd suggest not to do it because you're going to have to tarp every load. And that's not a bad thing. It gives you exercise that you're going to need anyway, and they teach you how to do it the proper and the easiest way. And I'm 57 years old. I've done flatbeds in the past, messed with those tarps and all that. But out of the Fort Worth, Dallas area, which I'm going to be running out of, it'll be mainly a glass haul. I'm going to be doing out 2 to 3 weeks at a time and doing all 48 in Canada, which is fine with me. I have to get a passport now. That's okay, no big deal. I've been to Canada many times. It's beautiful up there, and the people, for the most part, are really cool and nice. So don't let Canada scare you or anything. Canada's fun. Anyway, back to the school. Like I say, on the school, the pay, you will sign a 24-month promissory note. What that means is that you promise to pay that loan back. Now, you work for them for 24 months, and the promissory note is forgiven. The debt is totally forgiven. You don't owe them a penny. So that's free training if you stay with them for 2 years. If you leave in that 2-year period, then you've signed a promissory note. You're going to need to pay them for the school. Nowhere else do I know that you can go through school and not pay them. So don't freak out over that. You can get it for free if you stay with them for 2 years. And this is a company that if everything goes the way it's looking like, I plan on staying way more than 2 years. And that's because once you get out, okay, once you get through your schooling, you get $600 orientation pay. They cover, like I say, travel, lodging, breakfast, and lunch. You get $600 per week training after the school. And then after you graduate, you get an $800 graduation pay with up to 2 cents per mile increase in your mileage pay after 6 months. Your mileage pay is going to start off at 52 cents a mile. Compare that to 37 for some of the other companies. As a matter of fact, the recruiter told me that the average for my area, Dallas-Fort Worth, on the glass haul, the average one-year driver, first year makes $66,000 a year. That's what he told me. I have no reason to think that he lied to me. Maybe exaggerated a little bit or whatnot. But if you get out there and run, there's a potential to make $60,000 or $70,000 your first year. Okie dokie. They also offer a $1,000 to $2,000 referral bonus. Once you're a driver with them, you refer someone to them. They go through the orientation and all that, or the schooling and all, and then they get their own truck. You get the bonus. Okay, they do have GI Bill approved for you military, and OJT approved. That may be through the GI Bill. I don't quite understand that. Okay, they do pay way station bypasses and tolls. They give performance bonuses up to 6 cents per mile, depending on, loads on time, doing good on your fuel mileage and all that kind of stuff. They have paid vacation. After 1 year, you get 1 week. They have a passenger program, 13 years older, at no cost. Most companies charge you. I got the hiccups. I'm sorry. Most companies charge you something for insurance or whatnot. Maverick does not. No pets. To some, that's a deal breaker. To me, it's not. I've driven with my pets and all that, but I can understand why they don't do it. All their trucks are 65 miles an hour and automatics or auto shift, whatever you want to call it. You take your truck home for home time. Okie dokie. Okay, 65. It is about a 6-week training program after 1 week orientation. for non-experienced drivers, because you're going to have to go out with a trainer. And one thing that they said on their website that I totally agree with is no team driving during training. And I agree with that. How can a trainer train you if they're asleep in the bunk, or they're back in the bunk on their sleeper berth time playing video games or whatnot? They're not training you. So that's awesome. No hazmat. No hazmat at all. Okie dokie. That's pretty much covered most about Maverick. Like I say, I suggest you give them a call if you're interested. 1-800-289-1100. I spoke with Ryan. Their website is www.maverickusa.com. Give them a call and see what you think. My opinion is awesome. I'm trying to see. I know there's something that I have forgotten. Like I say, no more refrigerated. They sold that to KLLM, which is cool. I mean, I was interested in that just because if I could get that and make it work, I would do refrigerated. And also now, so there's different pays for different areas. So you'll have to talk with the recruiter or go to their website. It'll show you what their pays are and all that, because they have different. Like, I'm going to be on a glass division out of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, which he said was an excellent area. But whatever area you live in, go to their website. There'll be a map you can click on, and it'll show you what they have. And any questions, call and talk to Ryan or one of the other recruiters. Okay, that's probably going to do it for Maverick. Like I say, they're number one so far. I will do more investigations into more companies. Notepad, write things down. Uh, and I really can't think of anything. I know there was something else I wanted to say, but I've talked too long anyway. It's already over 16 minutes. Hopefully the volume worked this time, because this is the second time I've made this video, because the first time, somehow or another, amazingly, the video got, or the audio part of my videos got turned down in the computer to 1/4 of its normal volume. And like you'd have had to have your volume cranked all the way up and still would barely hear me. So I just made another one. And hopefully, I did test it, but hopefully it worked. And I won't have to make another one on this. But I enjoy doing these. Keep the rubber side down. And if for some reason the rubber side ends up, at least get your grease gun out and grease it. It'll be the easiest time to do it. That is a joke. And one thing that is not a joke that you should never forget is to never, ever take a laxative and a sleeping pill at the same time. Now, you don't want to do it, especially if you're in a truck. All right, man. Y'all have a good one, and we'll see you in the next video. This is the Barbecue Trucker. See you later.